Okay, so Need for Speed Unbound review. Busty anime women can save anything. Were there busty anime women in Need for Speed Unbound? Yeah. Or did he install a mod like he did for Monster Hunter?
Hang in there, you'll have somebody right away.
Oh, Jesus.
Would like to apologize for some previous statements I made about busty anime women in Need for Speed Unbound. I thought anime and busty anime women were synonymous.
Oh,
I
Lord.
figured it was a given. I figured it was a package deal. Then I load this shit up and what do I see? Or like, what don't I see? Because there were
Where's
no
the
busty
titties?
anime women in sight. I thought I was getting
Where's the
busty
IS?
hoes, but instead I got the Ho Chi Main, a straight ambush of a cringy political budget Need for Speed.
Okay, hold on. What's the political?
Main, a straight ambush of a cringy.
Yeah, I was like, yo, bro, and yo, check this, bro. He was all like, if you know, you know, bro. And you know what I said, bro? Kill yourself! Holy fuck, that is cringe.
Political budget Need for Speed game instead of a simple fun arcade racer with a whole lot of personality. And this bait and switch chicanery leads me to a much larger, a much more significant issue in the gaming industry that's been jiggling around in my brain for a long time now. AAA games don't think big anymore, and it's hurting the craft. You see, games used to think big.
Real big, with the cone fucking titties of Lara Croft.
Really big. You can look at most games from the good times of gaming and you could see that the developers had their eyes on the
There it was.
Good times of gaming and you could see that the developers had their
peak. There's the fucking peak. Good old cone titties.
their eyes on the prizes. I mean, just look at Saints Row 2 and 3. Masterpieces. When I look at these games, I go, damn! And what did those games do for the company? Those games skyrocketed the studio into financial success. Then look at the Saints Row reboot, budget cuts. And what happened after their ignorant, incessant lack of voluptuous vision? It brought their studio into a swift grave.
Saints Row dev merging with Gearbox after new games. Fucking awful reviews. Yep.
Hell, even Dead Space 1 had a humongous vision for their characters so that they could provide a soft, supple harbor of relief in this disturbing world. But then now in the 2023 Dead Space remake, what do? Budget
They removed
cuts.
it all.
And I know some people will...
I'm sorry, what the fuck did they do to their face?
Remake, what do? Budget.
Holy fuck, what did they do to her face? Jesus. I mean, that's not very good either, but that, for the time, was good. That, there's no excuse for that.
Cuts. And I know some people will swoop to the defense of the remake saying, hey, they're trying to make the women look more realistic. Not all
No. It looks bad.
women are supermodels, you know. My brother in Bill, I just shot a demon baby with a laser pistol on a spaceship. I think it's safe to say we threw realism out the window a long fucking time ago. I look forward to EA joining the ranks of the damned in the afterlife. And this is where we get
Nah, EA will never do that. They'll just buy a few more companies, blame them, and then close them.
to the crux of my point, so keep listening. Because the few modern games that do embrace a great
Metal Gear is completely solid.
vision are reaping all the money, cash, and prizes. Just look at Resident
I just had 115. Oh, the nostalgia.
Evil Village, for example, that has that massive
The
mega
Dummy
mommy
Mummy.
vision, and it is bringing in that massive mega mommy money, saving a franchise that has been slowly crashing since Resident Evil 5. And as further proof of my scientific law, Spider-Man PS4, say no more. That shit saved an entire genre, and it was all because of Black Cat. And that's just off the top of my head. I'm now...
Black Cat was a nice addition, but honestly, the Spider-Man game was fucking pretty peak. Hadn't had a good Spider-Man game in years. I think PS2 was the last time I enjoyed a Spider-Man game.
Challenging you, pimp. Name every last game that has a massive vision for its characters right now. I need it for research purposes. In conclusion, busty anime women build and repair franchises like fucking Flex Seal, while these budget cuts kill them. That's a fact. And that brings us to the 2022 game we're talking about today, Need for Z Unbusty, everyone, where we watch the AAA franchise.
So we don't get any fucking busty anime, but we get fucking anime eyes staring at us the whole race. Okay, where's a mod that turns those eyes into a big pair of tits?
Try to save their plummeting sales by impressing Gen Z with a little gift wrap dog shit this Christmas season for the low price of $70.
$70 fucking dollars for a disappointment. You know what? I need to know. I need to know how much it still is. You know what's depressing? It's 93% off at the moment. But look at how expensive it still is. 100 fucking dollary dues. Hell no. I just realized I'm showing friends. Sorry, friends. Oh dear God. Look at all of that DLC. Hell no. What an absolutely dogshit looking game.
And as a quick 2-week update for you as of December 14th, if you can believe it, it's going so well for this game that it is already on sale for half off in storefronts everywhere. Why is this, you ask?
And now it's currently 93% off.
Allow me to enlighten you, but you know
Microtransactions out the ass in game, huh?
know what? I'm still trying to make it on a Santa's good boy list this year, so I'm going to start with the positives. The driving in this game is in fact driving. There's no taking that away from him. Alright, it's been great talking about the positives. Now let's talk about the negatives. Everything else. Starting with the fact that the decent driving and AI that I just mentioned can be found in Most Wanted for $20, Hot Pursuit for $5, and before release, there was a sale on Heat for $3.50. Quick reminder, this game launched at $70. I've already shown you how fantastic that's going for them, but I'm gonna show you again because I just like looking at it. You stupid fuck.
Fucking Austin
Car
Powers.
progression in this game is also pretty fucked. On one end of the racing game spectrum, you have Forza Horizon's Son of Chic Simulator, where you're birthed into Bugattis, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris in the first 2 hours of the game. But then on the opposite side of the spectrum,
You get a shit box and have to spend 6 hours to grind for an okay box, then another 6 hours to get a good car? Please tell me that's not correct.
here in Unbusty, you have to win 20 races to
You do get a starter car for free, but then to get a car in the first 10 hours. So I'm pretty right. The race, 10 hours, the races pay so little that you have to do a lot of races, but your car is so shit that you mostly lose until you can drop 50k cash and make it decent enough to get more money to buy in races. Then you can get 30k to get Beetle, so you can spend 50k to make into a decent car. Okay, yeah. So that's right. It's literally drip feeding cars where you have to start shit, spend 6 hours, buy the next tier, 6 hours, next tier. That is so dumb.
get a VW Beetle. Call me crazy, but I think we may be overthinking this one. In Hot Pursuit, I played for 30 minutes and I unlocked 8 cars in that time. 8 equally bad cars, but at least I have something different to look at without completely shattering the progression.
You know what that game did? It gave more diversity than this fucking game tried to do with its inclusive cast.
And speaking of Hot Pursuit, let's talk about the Po-Po. Want to know how to lose the police in under 60 seconds? First, find the ocean. Second,
Drive into it.
and they only let 6 of these idiots chase you at a time? If I just look up a car chase right now on YouTube, I can find a live stream of an in-progress chase with 10 cars in pursuit. So bargain with me here, EA. I think we can crank up the level 5 heat to 15 cars, and then to remedy that god-awful AI, we're gonna make them all busty anime women. At least now there's an excuse for why they're such bad drivers. Next up, let's talk about the radio. This makes Saints Row's radio look... nah, I'm just kidding. That's still the shittiest. And I don't care what tribe called who. I left my wallet and El Segundo is still a pile of dog shit that haunts my dreams, and you can quote me on that. But nonetheless, the psychological torture of Unbound's radio is nothing to snuff your nose at. They managed to find and license 72 of the worst songs mankind's ever created. It's really hard to be angry at that
Yeah, because they probably only paid $1.
level of commitment. But it's very easy to be angry at this impressively catastrophic writing.
Bro.
The writing in this game makes 90%.
What are you talking about? I have lots to do. Posing on the hood, looking cool. This hurts. This really hurts.
Of porn sound like it was written by George R.R. Martin himself. Not saying Need for Speed's writing was ever impressive, but boy was this a hell of a time to decide the series needed constant dialogue and cutscenes out the ass. When I play racing games, I like the sound of a roaring engine and ear-bleedingly loud music. What I vehemently despise is a constant stream of
Hold on. Oh shit, hold up. Alex calling. What up? What up, fam? Yeah, impressive. Huh? Little garage run by. I told you, bruh. I don't know. Like a bunch. And it's busted. Oh my god.
stream of
Well, I'm getting ramen and watching that new reality show where they put naked people on stage and make them sing for clothes. Season finale. Oh my god. I'm surprised the voice actors actually were willing to work on this. I know $1's $1, but to put your name on this game, Jesus.
wacky dialogue. And why does my character speak like an AI-generated surfer bro who's only ever scored an above
No. This is only a 9 out of 11 dog shit. A 10 out of 10 is Forspoken and Assassin's Creed Shadow.
average grade on a chromosome test?
Still had the car, and she's still with that same crew that jacked our garage.
Why is the professional rapper better at voice acting than the guy in the lead role? And what drugs were the writers sedated with when they wrote this script?
It's because the rapper, they could just spend like $500 to get someone to act for 2 minutes. The other guy, they probably had to spend $1,000 for 6 hours of voice lines. Of course they're not going to be the same.
I follow you on Insta, Punk Funk Diva. I love your feet.
I am just trying to voice my
Wait, did they just say I love your fate?
Script.
I follow you on Insta, Punk Funk.
Feed. Okay, they were talking about Insta. My god, I can just completely blanked out. Oh god, I've got Miyazaki on the brain.
Diva. I love your feet.
I am just trying to voice my true self, you know?
Make it stop.
Because it
Make it
took
stop.
me a long time to find it.
Yeah, no, make it stop.
Please, God, just...
I think my favorite example out of an ocean of bad logic and political messaging that is the subtlety of a pipe bomb would probably be this.
We need to back the boys in blue as they protect us from those who treat Lakeshore like their own personal playground.
Exactly what we need. More cops who hate racers on the street. Exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. Exactly what racers on the street. Exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. More cops.
Notice how many orphans I just made? Notice how when I veer off into sidewalks, the developers have to program civilians to be fucking Neo? Well, don't worry about it, because none of that shit was my fault. The hate from the damn popo made me do it. With where it stands now, this game is pretty goddamn awful. But come on, pimp. You didn't think I was the type of guy that shows up with all problems and no solutions. For the first time, we are doing
Mods?
a Fleek Fixes, where I run through a scenario where I completely bond and repair a game into something I think would be a satisfactory end product that people would actually buy. Are you
Okay.
ready? Alright, great. So
I'm
imagine
listening.
this. Busting anime women. That's right. Let's up those cups
Yeah.
and have some fun, baby. Then while we're at it, axe that stupid fucking dialogue. All of it. You're welcome, EA. First one's on
Put a fucking ball gag in all of their mouths. We do not need to listen to a fucking word any of them say.
the house. And to fulfill my legal obligations to all of you, I rate this game an A. But should they make the changes we discussed,
Double
I
D?
think it can easily rise to a prestige double D. Catch you on the tit side, pimp.
I am deep in your fucking mind there, Fleek. Single cell brains. Oh, God. Oh, no.